Hey everybody, this is Leah Ray from toddandleahray.com, and today I have a very, very special treat for you. Todd and I have been blessed. We've worked really hard, but we've been able to create a seven-figure business in just over 3 years' time when starting from zero, like below square ground zero. We had no idea what we were doing. We didn't have a sellable skill set, none of that when we first got started. And after 3 years of working hard, we created a seven-figure business. We were able to move our family across the country, live in the sunshine state of sunny Southwest Florida with a pool on the water, create the lifestyle that we wanted for our families by creating the business that would support it. So today I'm going to give you the seven different steps, the seven different things that we've done that allowed us to create a seven-figure business in 3 years' time so that you can do the very same thing. So get a pen and paper handy, take it out, get ready to write this stuff down because it's super important. Our channel here is all about helping people create time freedom that you and your family deserve. And that is what I'm giving you in this video in particular, but make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet done so you can get more great, valuable training and insights to help you create that time freedom that you're looking for. Say hi as you're watching live, guys. I'm doing lives about once a week and about daily or weekday daily videos to help you do that as well. Now, number one, the first thing that we want to make sure is crystal clear is that in order to build a very successful business, you need, hey, Barb and Candace and Chris and Melody, hi. Number one, you need to have an offer that people are actually looking for. This may sound stupid simple, but I've seen people do this wrong many times where they have this concept of what they want to do. They want to create this online business, but what they want, people aren't really looking for, right? They're having to convince people to stalk people and try to convince them to join this thing or buy this thing. And it's not something that people are out there looking to do. So you want to make sure whatever your offer is, it could be digital courses, it could be affiliate offers, it could be services. Whatever it is, it needs to solve people's problems. People have to have a problem that your offer solves. Solve people's problems. If you can do that, you can make a lot of money. But if your offer doesn't solve people's problems, you're going to really struggle, no matter if you follow all the rest of this stuff. Thanks, Omega. If you follow all the rest of this stuff, it's not going to matter because they're not going to buy if they don't see the value in it. They need to see value in your offer. So you can do anything. If you're good at training dogs, you could offer online digital courses training your dog. Teaching people how to get their dog to do different tricks, how to potty train, any of that kind of stuff. Helping people learn how to be homeschool parents, get their kids into homeschool, learn how to manage all that, because that's a very daunting thing. You can just do affiliate offers, great softwares and things that people can use to build their own online businesses. But you have to have a problem. Your offer needs to solve someone's problem. If it doesn't, you're not going to make any money. So number one, you need a good offer. If you don't, sorry, it's not going to work. So it's great that you can be passionate about something, but you're not going to make much money with it if it doesn't solve a problem. So make sure that it does. Now, number two, super duper 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 important, is avoiding shiny object syndrome. Avoid shiny object syndrome. And what does this mean? If you've been around, you've heard this before, but if you're brand new, it means that you're jumping from one thing to the next and you're not staying committed. And this can come in the form, you can fall into shiny object syndrome in the offers that you're working with, where you get started on one thing for like a minute, you get all excited about it, and then maybe it's harder than you thought it was. And so you jump over here and try to offer something else thinking that'll be easier. Well, good luck getting any traction anywhere if you're jumping around like that. You can also see this in their marketing strategies, because guess what? If you're going to have an online business, you're going to have to learn how to market that online business, because you won't make any money unless people find you. Those people whose problem you solve, they're going to have to find you somehow, right? And so you need a marketing plan. You need to learn some marketing to do that. So whether that means you're going to be doing YouTube videos, you're going to be building an Instagram audience, you're going to be running Facebook ads, whatever you're going to do online, that marketing strategy, you have to be solidly committed to it. very, very committed. If you're not, you're going to jump around. You're going to do some videos, and guess what? It was harder than you thought it was, or you didn't make sales on the very first week, which you won't unless you're in Go Unicorn or something. And so that first week was hard. So now you jump over to Instagram. You're like, well, I'm going to add Instagram, and that's going to help. And then you get going on Instagram, and it's not going as fast as you want. So now you're going to add Facebook ads. Well, that means you're going to be a jack of all trade and a master of none. And if you want to create a massively successful online business, that means you need to get really good at some stuff. You need to get really good at a small select set of skills. And in order for that to happen, you got to be committed. If you're going to rock YouTube, then rock YouTube. Rock it. Keep it as your focus. If you're going to rock Facebook ads, completely focus on Facebook ads. Yeah, Ben saying YouTube is my go-to. Awesome. Yep. And adding Facebook ads. If you have that down, so say YouTube is your focus, Ben, stay focused on that. Yeah, maybe as you get this chugging along and it's working great, you wanted to add in some Facebook ads, you can do that, but keep your focus. Don't get distracted and just change courses into focusing instead on Facebook ads. Keep on track. Avoid shiny object syndrome where you jump from one thing to the next. You have to understand delayed gratification. Whatever you're going to do to create a business, it's going to take time. Now think about this. To give you some perspective on delayed gratification, Todd and I, when we started our business online, thank you, Stefan. Pleasure to have you here. When we started our business online, we didn't understand any of the basic concepts. The language people were using, was foreign to us. I mean, my education, I was a registered nurse. I went to nursing school. My husband was a teacher. Like, we didn't understand any of this stuff. And so we started very much from scratch. And it took us 6 months of solid hard work, not just dabbling in it, but solid hard work to get to bringing in about $500 a month. Now, would you work basically full-time hours to get to $500 a month? For 6 months? Not a lot of people would do that. And so that's why people don't often have the stamina. They don't understand delayed gratification. But here's the kicker. About a year after that, we were now doing 6 figures a year. It grew quickly. A year after that, we had a 7-figure year. So it took off once we got it going, but it's like getting a boulder to move. You have to, it's really hard to get that movement at the beginning. We had to push really, really hard to get it moving, and eventually momentum kicks in, right? And it goes faster and faster. So you have to understand that delayed gratification, which is number 3. Stop chasing fast money. Oh, this drives me bonkers. One thing that Todd and I have always done is not chase the quick dollar. Yes, we've avoided opportunities. We could have made a bunch of money in quickly. But guess what? We're playing the long-term game. We've never played the short-term game. If we don't think an opportunity, an offer is going to be around for the long haul, if we don't think, even though we know we could make money with it, if it's an opportunity and I'm selling it as an opportunity, I ethically will not do that if I don't think people will succeed, if it's not going to be around for them to make money on it. I'm playing the long-term game, because when you take care of your customers, when you take care of your audience, they're going to be return customers. They're going to learn to really, really trust you. And that's how you create raving fans. And when you have raving fans that purchase almost everything that you put out, you make a lot of money. You don't need a whole ton of those raving fans to make a bunch of money. And how do you do that? Always keep their best interest in heart. Understand your offers and what is going to truly serve people. Don't just go for the quick money. And you see this constantly. It drives me bonkers. I know some very talented marketers who jump from opportunity to opportunity. They get that initial flash in the pan. This is going quick, get positioned, join this hot new thing. It's really hot right now, blah, blah, blah. And they really hype it up. And then they get a bunch of money from everybody joining. And then as soon as it simmers down a little bit and the real work starts, do they kick in and do the real work? No, they jump to another opportunity for that new initial sizzle, that initial hype that they can build. That's playing the short-term game. You're always going to be hustling to make your money if that's how you're building your business, because you always have to find new people. Because guess what? Those first people are not going to trust you anymore. You got to keep finding new people. If instead you take care of your people, serve them, focus on their needs and how you can help them, build long-term return customers and raving fans, you're building up like a mountain, an asset that you can get lots of different offers on. You can really serve them for years and years to come and make way more money and not always be in build hustle mode. So you can have the time freedom that you want. So you can really set some stuff up and go off to Jamaica for 2 weeks with your family and you're still making money the whole time. That's the kind of business that people want. Now, stay focused. Number 4, stay focused. In today's day and age, I think they say the average human has like 7 seconds or something, 7-second attention span. This is getting shorter and shorter because of social media and our mobile devices. People are used to just jumping from one thing to the next. You need to learn how to focus your energy to get and to create real results because you only have so much time in every day. Even if you're at this full time, you've got no other obligations, you don't have kids, you don't have a job, you don't have a spouse, none of that stuff, which is very rare. You still only have 24 hours in the day and you got to sleep and eat. So learn how to really, really focus your energy into what you're doing and be fully present in that moment. So when you're with your kids, shut off your phone, ignore it, and focus on your kids. When you're working on your business, turn off, like if you're going to do content, you're going to write a blog post, you're going to write out your YouTube scripts for the week, you're going to do whatever, close down Facebook, shut your phone off, put it in the other room, eliminate all those other distractions and train your brain to focus. When you can focus, you can be way more productive and get a ton more done. I challenge you to this. It's not easy because we're used to every couple minutes checking our phone, see what updates we got. What did someone comment on something or like something? We're used to that. Train yourself to be fully focused on the task at hand, and you can get way more accomplished in that same amount of time. Focus your energy, guys. It's going to help you be much more successful in a short amount of time. Now, number 5 is understand that one single strategy, one single training is not going to solve everything for you. Learning this one thing does not mean that you never have to learn anything again. I know some people look at a training program and they're like, well, if I buy this one training course, I'll never have to buy another training course. The reality of that is not true. If you're going to keep growing as an entrepreneur to reach the 7-8 figures that you want. If you want high income, you got to keep growing. There's no one, end all be all in all of this. You have to understand, yes, you need to do trainings. You need to work on different skills, but understanding it's a process the entire time, and that's not going to go away. Okay? It's not going to go away. No one's going to solve this with this one little thing because what I see people look for is that magic button. But if you just tell me what button to push, I'm going to push it. Well, sweetheart, there's no magic button. Making money is not that simple. It's a lot of moving parts that come together into some basic, simple concepts that you can work on. But there's no magic button. If there was a magic button, we'd all be rich, which would all be broke. It wouldn't work, right? There's no magic button. You're going to have to be a thinker. You're going to have to build up a repertoire of skills and learn how to be a versatile marketer to be successful. So don't look for the button, the easy button, right? And number 6 is treat this like a profession. Now, if you were a teacher, if you were a nurse, if you were in some other profession, a doctor, you need to stay on top of, keep your skill set sharp, right? You got to do different trainings and study some different stuff, maybe take some additional exams yearly, whatever it is, to stay current in your profession. Guess what? If this is going to be a profession, online business, online marketing, you're going to have to do the same thing. You need to treat it like a profession and become a professional. You need to plug in with what's going on with other people, what's working now, because guess what? The internet is always changing. It's never going to stay the same. And if the internet's always changing, you better change with it so that you can stay current, stay relevant. So you should be going through trainings. You should be going through training programs you know, coaching programs, different things, learning and studying. We do this all the time. We study what other people are doing. You network with folks. You learn, you know, hey, they're doing pretty well. And then you can go in, you can kind of funnel hack them, right? You can see, well, what ads are they running? Oh, that's interesting. And then they're retargeting and then they're doing this. I don't know how many times we've purchased things just because we wanted to see what their funnel was, how it all worked, right? To see what their upsells, what their downsells were. Study, become a professional. Don't just think, well, I found this one thing that's working and making money, now I'm good. Keep growing. And that's how you become really robust and you have a long-term business that you can build up that will pay you forever. All right. Now, number 7, this is key. And I've seen this in us and our success, because people might say, well, 3 years, 3 years to reach 7 figures, that's too long. I need it to be 6 months. In reality, guys, even though people offer a lot of hype and they offer a lot of empty promises that you can make so much in so little time, that's not really how it works. People can jump into a new business and make a lot of money, but they're people who've already worked on a skill set or built up a network. It actually takes a lot of time to create that amount of success. And 3 years is a very short amount of time to do that. For the speed that we've done and what we've seen other people do, people who've also gone fast from out of nowhere to multiple 6 figures a year within 2 years. What's the commonality? Well, the commonality is we didn't have to live off of the initial income that was coming into our business. So that $500 a month that we started being at the beginning, we weren't like, yes, now we can pay the electric bill. No, we were like, okay, let's put this back into our business. Let's reinvest it into some new tools, into some new training, into some new infrastructure, into outsourcing. Same thing with our friend Jacob, who kind of threw on the scene and was making big waves out of nowhere. Same idea. He didn't take the money out of his business when he made it. He put it all right back in for about the first year and a half. We did that, what was it? We were 18 months into our online business. Then we finally retired Todd from his 6-figure job, because then we knew we had, that's when we could actually start using that income. 18 months in, that first 18 months, we were reinvesting. And guess what? We still reinvest constantly into our business because we treat it like a business. It's not a hobby. It's not a money machine. It's a business that requires upkeep. It requires maintenance. It requires us continuing to grow and expand our skills. Some can't, Chris Warren, some people can't build that income in 20 years. Yeah. Imagine, I was a registered nurse. Like seriously, I got a 4-year degree, Bachelor of Science in nursing. Without any additional education, maybe 130 ever is what I would top out at per year. 130,000 if I was located in the right place. If I was some like Midwest, lower Midwest, I'd never reach that. But that's how much I could make per year. We've made more than that in a month. Within 3 years of starting. That's kind of ridiculous. So yes, 3 years might seem like a long time to work hard and not to be living on those profits and, living on an island in the Caribbean. But in reality, it's crazy short. If you were to go to med school, think about being a very specialized doctor. Like a family practitioner doesn't make a lot of money, but someone who's maybe an elite plastic surgeon or a brain surgeon or something like that, they do make a lot of money. Why? Because they're very, very specialized. But that took 4 years of med school. Then they went through 4 years of residency. Then they went into their internships, their fellowships, all this kind of stuff. And it was like, 12 years that they put into this after high school. I ain't waiting that long. 3 years is nothing compared to that. So you have to have all this in perspective. And you need to really understand that if you stay focused, you have an offer that converts, something that people actually want. You put all these things together, you can create a massive business in no time. But you have to stay focused. And when you have all these things together, you can scale. Then you throw more advertising behind what you're doing when you know your numbers are working, and you get more and more money. If you know you have $1, you put it into advertising and you get $2 out, great. Crank that sucker up and make as much money as you want. Okay. That's where you can get long-term. But you have to get all this stuff in place, and you have to understand that you're going to have to work hard at the beginning, but it is so worth it. Our kids, our sons will never know what it's like to be left off at daycare while mom and dad have to go to work for the day. They don't know that. They won't ever know that because of this opportunity that we have here in the online marketing world. And you can do that too for you and your kids, and it's so worth it. But you have to be committed and willing to put in the time day after day, whether you want to or not. Now, with that, guys, I will wrap it up. We've got some great content coming out. I'm working on a whole bunch today, so watch for the rest of this week, the next week. Great stuff happening to help you create that business, that lifestyle that you're dreaming of. Make sure you subscribe. I've got a top link in the description. We're going to go into some more detail on the whole setup. How do you actually set up your online business so that you can create success as quickly as possible, learn from our mistakes, and go even faster than what we did? Click the top link in the description to get access to that. Have a great, whatever day it is that you're watching this. Today is Wednesday, I think. And I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.